So I'll be telling you all about the party I went to over the weekend where I met Bob Hoskins, Vinnie Jones and Kate Winslet.
And as it's St. David's Day, we're joined by a boyo from the valleys. He's topped the charts and now has his own TV show, Mr. Damon Rochefort.
Sweden's latest pop export, Whale, will be dropping in.
Plus, we take an exclusive look at a fantastic new movie, Arlington Road, in Trailer Track.
How brilliant is that? You're watching ITV2. It's my birthday, and this is about to be Bedrock.
I get it from the way you look. I get it from the way you shook me. Get it every time you look around. I don't know how you get your kick. All I know is you got me licked. I know why the other guys, they still hang around. Funny how it always ends working out back. Try to be friends, and you seem happier.
Malcolm will be played by Clark Kent. Look.
Hey, now I'm Superman.
He ain't no
now
Superman.
I'm Malcolm. Now I'm Superman.
Okay, hello, welcome to Bedrock. Now, it's my birthday, yes.
Hold on, Neil. Before you go on any further, Mr. Birthday Boy.
We have...
How can we start the show with your birthday without giving you a little present?
We splashed out. We splashed out.
Spent loads of money.
Now, this is especially something that I think suits you immensely, and I think it will...
Go on, Neil.
Go on.
Let the music stop and pass it on.
Let's succeed in a highly competitive job, Mark.
It's not a hint.
Are they trying to tell me something?
Oh, did I need the price on it?
$1.99. Thank you. Okay. This is a genuine surprise.
Oh, no, we don't do these things. This is live television. We just fly by wires.
There's some writing paper. That's really good.
Oh, no. Sorry.
Neil, last but not least.
Okay, this is more quality wrapping paper.
Of course it is, mate, and I've also wrapped it. You know that annoying present you get that you can't unwrap? It's me. Neil might have got... It's by one of your favourite artists, Neil.
Oh, super. Oh, wow. Demis Rousseau.
Oh, no, Malcolm forgot to take the price off too.
Now, this is a nice little birthday pack, all for a total of less than £7.
We love you, really.
Thank you very
Bedrock
much.
birthday tips available on a fact sheet if you'd like your... No, I won't joking.
I kiss you, Malcolm, but you're a boy. Right, okay.
Never stopped you before.
Here we go. Let's get on with the show proper.
Yeah.
Now, what I really would have liked for my birthday is this video, because I saw it in the cinema and it is superb. Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels. It's the South London gangster film. It stars footballer Vinnie Jones, Sting, Dexter Fletcher and countless other rising stars. Now, Vinnie is now set to play alongside Tom Cruise in Mission Impossible 2, directed by John Woo.
Amazing, yeah.
How cool is that?
That is very cool.
Yeah.
So that's pretty good. Here's a clip of Vinnie being not very nice at all.
It's about time you gave my young friends a visit, Chris. Tomorrow's the day, and Mum's the word. Now, I can't have that, can I, Baz?
No, Harry, you can't.
I mean, it's a liberty. And I can't have a liberty taken, can I, Chris?
No, Harry, you can't.
Well, I have to say, having watched it again, it is a rocking good film. I mean, it's so clever. There's a lovely sort of momentum it gathers. It's very funny. It's not just sort of gratuitously violent. It's very clever and witty.
It is.
But it's got all the sort of real hard London men in it that you're supposed to have in films like this.
Will
Malcolm.
Art.
Now, Vinnie, footballer turned actor. Now, Eric Cantona wasn't so good. What do you think of mate?
But bless Eric. No, I've had the good fortune to sort of work and interview with Vinnie a couple of times. And he's such a really lovely man. I think he really deserves to do well in a film like this.
Cool.
Yeah.
But saying that, on my critical shoulders, I don't think he'd be able to sort of expand his repertoire far beyond that of an East End gangster.
Well, it's never really stopped Kane or...
Not to a detriment, I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think we'll see him in Othello.
Rachel, how does this compare to other gangster films?
No, I really, really enjoyed it. No women in it whatsoever, though, if I
Apart from
remember.
the one with the machine gun.
Yeah,
remember?
yeah.
that was about
dealer.
it, though.
Yeah.
But very few. But yeah, no, I did enjoy it. Steve Collins gave a nice little cameo in it as well.
Yes.
Another sportsman in it. You know, it was like after sports people in it. It was quite weird.
Cool. Well, look, that is amazingly out on video to buy now, $15.99, before it even opens cinematically in America. Woohoo!
Excellent.
Now, on the subject of Vinnie Jones, I went to the Empire Awards last week.
Oh, yeah.
And I met him amongst other famous stars. It was a very exclusive event. There was hardly any press allowed whatsoever. It was held at a very posh hotel in central London. And the really good thing about these awards is that they're embraced by the industry because all of the readers vote for their favourite films, their favourite actors and their favourite actresses. So it's really like punters that get to vote.
Cool.
So, ask me who I met.
Who did you meet, Heather?
I met loads of people.
Well, you know you met
bumped-
Vinny. How was Vinny?
Yeah, Vinny was lovely, and there's a picture of him there.
Look at him. He looks really
He was
wonderful.
so
pussycat.
nice when I met him.
He's desperately
was-
nice.
Doesn't he look like a
absolutely
Ray
lovely.
Liotta? Looks like Ray Liotta.
Yeah. He was great, and I also bumped into Bob Hoskins as well. He was lovely.
Did you ever talk?
I did, but I was sort of like towering over him because he's actually very short. There you go, you can see that head and shoulders above him. And then I bumped into the lovely Kate Winslet, who's absolutely
wow.
gorgeous. She was really sweet. But it was such
Heather.
a brilliant.
Heather,
in the evening.
This is later on in the. This is one of your.
I
I've
was-
been here for a while.
I was really tired because the thing was, it was such a star-studded event. I bumped into Melinda Mester in the loos. She was
Gamma.
telling me how lovely my lipstick was. I bumped into
What were you
Brenda
doing?
Blethyn. She was there.
excellent.
Joan Collins was there. Johnny Vaughan was lovely when
Excellent.
I met him. But I have to say, my favourite guest that I met was Ray Winston, and I got a picture with him and all the cast of Lock, Stock and
He's such a good
Two
actor,
Smoking
Ray
Barrels.
Winston.
Yeah,
Really, it was really, really good.
What was the highlight of the show for you? You think?
I think, well, I don't want to give too much away because obviously the awards are going to be broadcast on telly.
On ITV2
But,
later.
Yes. There were some brilliant acceptance speeches
Really?
and some real surprises with the winners.
Go
for
on,
the
give us a little bit of an
categories as well.
exclusive. Go
No,
on.
I can't possibly.
not
I
allowed.
couldn't
Yes,
possibly.
you can.
No, you just have to tune in and watch it.
Yeah.
But it was a brilliant event. I have to say thank you for having me at the awards. And you can see the highlights of the Empire Awards tonight at 9 o'clock on ITV2. And Ian Nathan, who's the editor of Empire magazine, will be joining us later for Words from the Wise.
Cool.
That's right. Yeah, well, while you were off at the Empire Awards, Nellie and I got up to some things as well. As you know, last week was London Fashion Week, and we went to the Best of the Week show on Friday night, which is very good. And the top designers during the week included John Rocha, Alexander McQueen, Red or Dead. Although the London show is very important, actually some designers refused to put on shows in it, which is a bit strange. And American Vogue editor Anna Winter held a flashy fashion party as well, which is quite good. But Nellie and I went to the show, and he's got pictures. We took pictures. And that's sweet. Yeah, this is some of the Red or Dead stuff, I think. It's some really, really wacky stuff on the catwalk. Lots of white, lots of minimalist stuff, an awful lot of silver as well in a strange kind of way. And pink, 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 and more pink.
Hey, we covered that on the show last week, remember?
Absolutely. Everybody went for pink. It was really, really strange. Lots of pink on the catwalk.
And we tried on some hats.
And we tried on hats as well. There was a designer sale afterwards, 70% off designer clothes. Fantastic sale. And Nellie and I were trying on some kind of extravagant hats. But Bedrock did give us a budget to splash out of these awards. We got £40. £40. So we bought a couple
40
of things.
goods?
£40.
We can
So
talk on
first
a
we
budget.
got mohair was very in, it has to be
there
said.
were loads of
An awful
mohair.
lot of mohair. And
The models
against
were walking
silver
around
and white
going-
and pink, we went for canary yellow. So this was £15 and it's by Rina de Prata. Apparently Uma Thurman is buying some of her stuff at the moment. Very popular, lovely knitwear stuff. This is my canary yellow. Steel, 15 quid.
Very
And
good.
Heather, I got you a present.
Yeah.
That's 'cause I
In a
couldn't
typical
make it.
It's
Heather
not your
top.
birthday.
It's a typical Heather top. Look at this.
Oh, fantastic.
It's an Ali Capolino for £8.
Thank you.
There you
that's
go.
sweet.
It's a new top for you.
That is so cute.
Yeah, you're welcome. Now, well,
We
then
did try and buy
the
you.
stalls closed down. But anyway, that's all for London Fashion Week. But Alternative Fashion Week starts on the 22nd of this month. And stay tuned to Bedrock for a fashion tip later on.
You see, they had really good jazz in the bar, so we just had to stay there and listen to that.
Yeah, we're
And I'll just indulge myself by telling everyone the Dartfordians won the league and we've been promoted! Yes! We're in!
Okay. Yes, okay.
Rugby.
If you've got anything at all to say to us, we dare you to say it.
Say happy birthday to me.
Yeah, say happy birthday to me. You can phone us on 0870 600 6606 or you can fax us on 0870 600 7707 or you can email us at bedrock@itv2.co.uk. Now
Right,
we
well,
stop
we've all
that.
been there before. 3, 2, 1.
Right, coming up on the show today.
What have we got? Well, we'll be talking to the Welsh Chris Evans, chart topper turned outrageous TV host Damon Rochefort.
And then we get our hands on a brilliant new movie, Arlington Road. We've got a trailer for you.
It's all here on television. You're watching ITV2 and this is Bedrock. Do you like your fuzzies then? Oh, you know.
What are they like?
You look fantastic.
Britney Spears is number one.
I know. Yeah. Speaking of pink, Britney Spears.
I know. It must
still
be,
number
must
one.
be the
Blur, not
fluffy
number
things
one.
in the bare midriff.
The bands are tightening.
Welcome back to Bedrock. We're just talking about Britney Spears wearing pink and things like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, the most famous man in Wales is just about to join us, and we're going to have a trailer from a fantastic new movie called Arlington Road. The first of which has got
Heartbeat normal?
Slightly, yeah, it's okay.
Good,
It's
good.
all right.
Let's carry on. Okay, The Face magazine had an article in it this week telling us that labels are out. Now, isn't this a weird one? Labels out. Apparently kids are now scratching the labels off their clothes and getting their mums to cut them off and stuff. It's no longer fashionable to go around giving free advertising or whatever.
Right.
You know, so they've had enough of it. But we've gone one step further and we have got supermarket clothes that have no labels at all.
Indeed,
Yes.
which is probably the best idea. Don't
Absolutely.
buy expensive designer labels, buy cheap ones
Very
with
cheap.
no labels.
Well, this first of all we have a blue Asda fleece.
Yes,
Now this is
indeed.
Asda of all things. $24.99. What do you think?
That's very reasonable.
Isn't it very good?
Yeah, I mean,
if you feel it's all lovely and
yeah,
fluffy.
it's nicely finished, and as far as fleeces go, you know, fleece is a
Standard fleece, yeah.
Fine,
Very
yeah.
impressive. The second one we have is Tesco's 99 collection. This is a green utility style jacket for 20 quids.
This is lovely. It's really nice.
I
It's a
say I
really
really
unusual
like that.
fabric.
Yeah, a very nice fabric
And nice,
as well.
nice detail,
Bargain. 20 quid for that.
and it's nice and fitted as well.
And a
Lovely.
label inside.
Lovely.
Very good. And the next one we have finally is from Sainsbury's Saver Centre.
Not so sure about this
Yeah,
one,
I'm
actually.
not so sure about that either. This is a men's vinyl jacket and it's 90 quid.
Yeah.
And look, they even snuck the
They have-
Sainsbury's label on.
they've-
Probably not a good thing, guys. Do you know what I mean? If you're trying to sell
Yeah,
these.
snuck a label.
I'd advise
and
you to take it
it's
off.
sort of shiny material, which we
Yeah.
don't really like, do we? And it's the most expensive one as well.
Yeah, 90 quid, but it is a bit kind of glossy.
Yeah, the
I'm
fleece
not so
is
mad about that.
definitely the best one, Rach.
Yeah, no, I like this. I have to say that I'm pretty surprised at how nice the clothes are. They aren't as cheap and nasty as you kind of expect them to be.
I've just noticed something.
What?
You're very good at shopping in a budget.
I am. I am the.
That should be me.
I'm the sale queen. Okay. Anyway, right now the boys are in the other room with a very hot new trailer.
These are some cufflinks that my mate Tom, who's in the double act with me, bought me. It's the Men from Uncle.
Oh,
Solo
they
and
changed-
Kerry Akin, yeah.
That's excellent,
There we go.
Right, okay.
Birthday.
Right, welcome to part of the show we call Trailer Trash. And today we're checking out a brand new thriller called Arlington Road.
Malcolm, I need more information. First, who's in it?
Information I can furnish you with, Neil. It's Joan Cusack, Jeff Bridges and Tim Robbins, who's obviously been to the Sylvester Stallone Theatre School.
How do you mean?
He's put on weight.
Oh, for the part.
He's
Good.
put on weight for the part.
I'm strangely intrigued. What's it all about then, Alfie?
Alfie. Intrigue. For starters, Neil. It's actually all about a spooky all-American family who move into the house next door, and their arrival sets off a spiral of ludicrous events.
Okay, what's the pitch? Pitch it to me, baby.
Picture, but well, it's a bit Hitchcock actually, Neil. It's basically a psychological thriller about friendship and betrayal. You know, friends turn into terrorists, terrorists turns into friends, bombs turn into buildings, cats and dogs living together in harmony, green and blue seen together on the catwalks.
I get the idea, but why on earth is it called Arlington Road?
Duh, it's where the family live, Arlington Road.
Ah, things are never what they seem.
Well, listen, Arlington Road is brilliant. It's out on March the 19th, so it's called Trailer Trash. Let's have a look at our trailer.
Are you listening
Your
to me?
neighbor is a terrorist that has been blowing up buildings.
There is a blueprint in his house he does not want me to see.
Michael, you are
Oh, it looks like a brilliant late 90s, 20th century paranoia conspiracy theory type extravaganza with nods to Hitchcock's and early film noir films.
What medication are you on that you
I don't
forgot to
know.
take?
I think Rachel's with an extremely important celebrity guest.
I really like Joan Cusack as well. So, okay, today's special St. David's Day guest had a #1 hit, worked as a journalist for The Sun, has written hit records for Elton John, no less, and now he presents his very own show on BBC Wales. Damon Rochefort, welcome to Bedrock.
Thank you very much for having me.
It's lovely to have you
I'm
here.
sinking a bit into this bed, actually.
Oh, are you? Oh, here, have some of my cushion. There you go. Okay, well, I watched a copy of your show last night. Really enjoyed it. Very, very good. But for those who haven't seen it at all, explain in 12 words what it is.
Under-budgeted regional show. It's
6 words left.
Have I? It's very good. It's we've been working on it a long time.
Yeah.
You know, trying to get a mix of. My background is pop music and sitcom. I've, like I said, done a lot of production, and I had a big hit with "I Want to Give You Devotion," and so I've always been in the music business, and I've also. I also, more recently in the last few years, started working I wrote several Birds of a Feather episodes for Alamo, for Marks and Gran, and it's kind of a melding of it's a bit of Morecambe and Wise in there. There's a bit of, you know, there's a lot. We have a lot of bands like we've had Ocean Colour Scene on, a Stereophonics, a lot of good bands, but there's a lot of comedy involved.
Well, there is, and we're going to look at a clip which I particularly enjoy, showing your dancing skills. So let's have a look at it.
You dance well, my child, the Lord of the Dance remarked, but can you do this?
You're just missing the haircut. I think you should grow it a bit longer at the back.
I know. That's actually Deborah Bull from the Royal Ballet, who's one of the finest in the country. And that's the kind of, that's quite, that's what we're trying to do with the show, really, is trying to do stuff, instead of a straight interview like this, is to try and get people to do something a bit more kind of funky and exciting, and so we got a lot of people doing stuff that they normally wouldn't do. You know, a lot of straight, obviously, when you got the Stereophonics on or something, you wanted to play and do it properly and do it well. But something like that, you get a chance to see Deborah do what she does well, with me pissing about. Do you know what I mean? So that's the fun, is to have that sort of element of, and it's a live show. It's a late night. It's 10:20, so we're allowed to get away with
a certain amount.
Yeah, a lot more. It's a little vulgar, perhaps, but it's great fun.
Well, what's been your favourite guest that you've had on so far?
Oh, that's difficult. I love doing that with Deborah. I loved Frank Carson, was charming.
Yeah.
Paul Daniels and Deborah McGee were charming.
Yeah.
Everybody who's been on, Chris Eubank was really nice.
That's good.
You know, and a lot of people, I think the thing is you get impressions of what people are like. I thought Debbie McGee and Paul Daniels would be horrible, do you know what I mean? And I thought Chris Eubank would be a nice... And they're so nice, you know, they come on the show, oh, how are you? He's doing card trick. Uri Geller was very good.
Really? Yes. Did he bend spoons in the works and all that kind of stuff?
He bent everything he could, lay his hands on that man.
Oh, very good.
We got into trouble because he does this telepathy trick where you get... you know, you draw a picture, and then he sort of guesses what it is. So, and
you drew something rude, if I remember correctly.
I drew a pair of breasts. I drew a pair of women's breasts. So the following week, we had loads of complaints.
Yeah.
And the following week, to even up the score, I brought a picture of a
Yes, you were drawing more rude pictures. I did see that one.
And we got complaints about that because
I'm
they
not
said
surprised. I sent 6 letters in. I'm surprised you didn't read them out on air.
They said it was too realistic. That's the trouble.
Okay. Well, you used to work for Gary Bushell in The Sun. Has he reviewed your show yet?
No, I worked for The Sun many years ago, probably about 15 years ago now. And Gary Bushell and Craig Mackenzie, Kelvin Mackenzie's brother, were running Bizarre. And I haven't seen Gary for years. We used to have a laugh, though, at The Sun. I was like a little...
Well, you're actually in the paper yourself? You appeared in Tara Palmer Tompkinson's Yakon. What's that all about?
It's just the Sunday Times, love, it's nothing.
Oh, it's nothing.
Tara was on the show, you see, and I think Tara desperately, whatever she does in the week, becomes her, fodder for her. So if you say, do you want to do this, Tara? She's, yes, she's
love
like...
to.
She was great fun as well.
Yeah, it was a lovely picture of you, has to be said. You look rather lovely, leaning on her shoulder there. Well, it is St David's Day, so I have to ask you about Wales. 5 Nations rugby, what's going to happen?
We're not going to do anything at all, are we? You always get very frustrated, actually, being how great...
being Irish, you do as well, quite frequently.
But Wales are renowned for their rugby team, and now you get all excited, and everybody goes down the pub, and everyone's getting, a few jars, and then you're watching in half-time, and they could claw their way back, and then you're watching again, you think, oh.
No.
So I'm not saying anything, I'm not getting excited.
You're not going to get excited about it?
No.
Well, you also once opened a restaurant.
Well, I owned a restaurant. You make me sound like Ruth Maddock opening a restaurant. Cutting a ribbon. Cutting a ribbon, having a free bowl of chilli and then going home again. No, I owned a restaurant. It took a little more effort than that. There was... I love Battersea. I live in Battersea in South London, and it's a lovely area. And I bought this I made quite a lot of money from Devotion and stuff like that, so I bought this big shell of a building on Northcote Road, which is right in Battersea. Anybody watching from Northcote Road, Battersea, you'll know who I am. We used to have, and it took me about 18 months to fit this place out into a restaurant and flats.
Welsh delicacies. Did you have any Welsh delicacies?
There's no such thing as a Welsh delicacy. No. I'm the only Welsh delicacy you'll get your teeth on today, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Well, you've done songwriting as well. Who for? You did it for...
Well, Nomad thing to kick off. We did... after the Nomad thing, it was... that's Damon turned round backwards in case... probably all the dyslexics would have got that already, actually, but it's my name turned round backwards. And... basically, it was me and my best friend Sharon D. Clark. So, and our motto used to be, basically have dat will travel. You know, we had the hit and we went all over the world.
Well, you did Elton John, you wrote for as well.
No, we didn't. We produced a tune for Elton John.
What
We did a charity one called "Don't Go Breaking My Heart" with RuPaul. We did some production on that.
And what about LaToya Jackson as well?
Now there's a nutty woman. God alive. She was she was extremely odd.
Yeah.
LaToya Jackson.
You wouldn't guess that from her family at all, that she might be a wee bit strange.
No, and I think she's had so much surgery like that. When she was pleased, she almost made an expression. Do you know what I mean? It's like, what do you think, LaToya?
It was great.
Stiff freeze in the room. Definitely does standing for the air conditioning.
Very difficult to tell with LaToya. She was fine though. She was terrified of a husband that she was married to at the time called Jack. What's his name? Jack something. And she was terrified of this guy, and apparently she'd been kidnapped back by her father, and then kidnapped by Jack again.
So
Jack
she was like a
Gordon,
walking,
that was his
living
name.
soap opera.
Oh, she was.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very, very much. But we're going to come back to you in a few minutes for the Bedrock Famous Five. You're going to stick around for that. Excellent. But right now, Neil's next door with the Bedrock bookmarks.
And the girls got me this, which is my CD holder, and that's actually the new album by my friend Jason. Okay, but now it's time for the Bedrock bookmarks. Now, of course, it being St David's Day, we're going to look at all things, not all things Welsh, that would take all of an hour, but what we're actually going to do is look at one website.
You can't say that about the
sorry,
Welsh.
hit me with a leak. This is Wales is famous for having places with very names, and the village with the longest name in the world, as everyone knows, is Llanferglin Gogogog. It has its own website. Here we are, which amazingly has its the longest URL address.
I know.
On the internet.
A handy website address, though. Just take it down.
Yeah. Okay. There we are. Now,
so this place, obviously, it's in Wales. It's got the longest name in the world. What can we get to see there, Neil?
well, as far as this website's concerned, which I've covered from top to bottom, it's really a railway station. That's about it, to be honest.
You just go there to the railway.
I'm not joking or being horrible. It really is just a railway station. So you can visit there by train.
Is that a long train?
No, it's quite a short one.
Okay.
But they actually have...
How do you pronounce this, though?
Right, well, they have an annual competition to see who can pronounce it the best. And last year, it was won by an Australian. And this...
Oh, an Australian?
Yep, this was her attempt, which won. Here we go.
Llanfair, Postgwingo, Gogego, Quendrobol, Llandisilia, Go.
There we go.
God, it sounds like she was just about to
listen to the applause she got. Oh, I wish it was that easy to get such applause. Woo! Anyway, so other things Welsh.
Yes, please.
Okay, there is the Welsh Hedgehog Hospital.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
Now, this is a very serious site which deals with a place where hedgehogs go when they've been mistreated or when they've been hurt in an accident.
Oh, so I thought this is a joke. This
No,
is
no,
actually a
no,
real
it's a
hedgehog.
treatment centre for sick hedgehogs. And I don't mean, hedgehogs that do horrible things. Here they are. Now, there's loads of things. There's, like, things that are dangerous to hedgehogs, like breeze blocks, garden ponds, open food cans, vehicles, funnily enough. God, I'd never have thought of that.
Have you ever seen a hedgehog driving a car, though? It's
I know,
so dangerous.
it's such a liability.
I know.
I'd never get third-party fire and theft. But there's...
firing.
But they're the lobster pots, obviously. It's the most significant of...
That's great. Hedgehogs often die in these.
Yeah, because they aren't aquatic animals. Okay, but finally, one of the genuinely coolest guys ever to come out of Wales is Tom Jones. And this is a great site where Elvis meets Tom. Not just in terms of putting them together on the same website with similar pictures of them singing in the 70s, but there's also a fantastic shot of them together in the same room.
Now that is a money shot.
Is that cool or
that
what?
But my money's still on Elvis. Look how cool that guy is.
Elvis does look good, but look, Tom's unfazed, isn't he?
It is pretty. He's going, who are you, Boyle?
But look, from one light entertainment god to another, haven't we got something to visit?
That's right, yes, light entertainment god, because it's time to put our man from the valleys on the spot as we ask Damon Rochefort those questions that no one would ever dare ask. Yes, it's the Bedrock Famous Five. Right, that did you?
Very good, Malcolm.
Yeah,
I went to school.
We're joined again by the most famous man in Wales, Damon Rochefort. Damon,
how many percentage you need for a 2-minute item?
Lots. We want to intimidate you.
We have lots of money.
Besides, we have our Four Nations kind of thing
we
going
do.
on
We've
here.
got a Four Nations vote going on.
This is the biggest test of your career so far, so the smile can go if you want.
Are these quick answers?
No.
Well, depending on how clever you are.
Okay.
Famous Five, we've got the questions and you better have the answers quick or slow. Are you ready?
Yes.
Light change. Start the clock. Okay, question 1. Serious. Is Shirley Bassey a vegetarian?
No.
Correct.
Question 2.
Right,
What
Andrew.
noise did Ivor the engine make?
Hoot hoot, toot toot, puff puff.
Everyone knows. Together it's...
There we go.
about that.
Okay,
an umbrella in a
right.
second.
Got to think about this one carefully.
Right.
Question 3. Can you name 5 famous Welsh people who are not called Jones?
Yes, I can.
Go.
Kay Rochefort, my mother. Let's think.
you
Kelly
can carry on.
Jones from the Stereophonics.
Yes.
Shirley Bassey.
Yes.
Keris
Yes.
from Catatonia. Anthony Hopkins.
Yes. That's
Is that 5?
fine.
One more.
5.
You can give us a famous one if you want.
Stuart for the Stereophonics.
Hey, that's correct.
that'll do.
Very well done.
My voice is going. How old was Alan Jones when his voice broke?
27, I think.
Good comedy answer, but
No,
correct.
it was 13.
And actually, Kelly's called Kelly Jones from the Stereophonics, isn't he?
Oh, don't worry.
We'll take your first answer with your mum.
You're hoisting by your own petard at the moment. So
Does this show?
Okay, question 5. Where in the world has the largest Welsh-speaking population outside of Wales?
Patagonia.
Yes.
There
You got relatives
Very
there?
impressive.
How many
No
times?
relatives.
That's very much. You got 3 out of 5, which is pretty impressive.
Is it?
That last
Do I
one,
get a
yeah,
prize?
very
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
You don't. You
It's
don't.
a bit much you're all talking at once, isn't it?
You do
Well,
get
that's
a
when you have a
prize.
band on. Do you have ATU or
Yeah.
Imagine Earth, Wind and Fire here.
We don't let them get a word in edgeways.
We've had all the elements.
Where would you put
you
the
get a
horn
reward.
section?
You get a reward, which is to stay and watch the Bedrock barometer at the end of the show.
Oh.
When we have everyone in the same room.
Sounds like some kind of reward to me.
Okay, after the break, we meet hot Swedish band Whale.
Plus, we catch up with a couple we introduced last week, and let me tell you, things got pretty racy on their date. But in the meantime, Damon, can you lead us to the break in Welsh, please?
I certainly can. Os ydych chi'n gwylio'r teledu, dyma ITV2 a dyma Bedrock.
Cool. Welcome back to Bedrock. I'm now joined by Kia and John, who are in a band that's been hailed as Stockholm's most eccentric new pop stars. Guys, thanks for coming on the show.
Welcome.
Thank you. Now, they've written songs about snogging tramps, and their current single is called Deliver the Juice. So before we dive into a quick interview, we're going to have a quick look at your video from your current single. Now, that was actually part of the video, that little wedding clip, wasn't it?
Yeah. It must be clarified, yeah.
It's a bizarre video, but it looks loads of fun. What was it like filming it?
Yeah, it was a nice Saturday afternoon in our rehearsal room in Stockholm, you know. It hurt a lot because we got really bad injured when we touched.
We all damaged our hands because you don't realize when you start breaking instruments. There's actually quite a lot of technique involved, and it's a really dangerous thing to do unless you.
Don't do that at home.
Because if you smash a guitar against the floor, the thing that happens is that it's so hard. So the only thing that happens is you get hurt.
Your cut wounds all over the place.
Okay, so can you just explain what's the part about the wedding clip? What's that all about?
Sorry?
The wedding.
The wedding clip.
I think it became from the idea that we was kind of bored, you know, with the MTV thing today, that all the videos today are so perfect and people are so beautiful and everything is so directed. So it, in the end, it's up here to you. So it was fun to do something totally opposite.
Different,
of that.
yeah.
And you know how it is. You do something because we did it in one shot in our rehearsal, or not one shot in one day. And you know what it is? You take an old tape and it was there. So
right, so it's just kind of like spur of the moment thing.
Yeah, especially with all this reality soap, you know, this documentary soaps thing. Might be a connection there somewhere.
Okay, we've got lots of them on telly over here. I have to say, I like your t-shirt, and you're
thank
wearing
you.
that in the video, aren't you? And
Yeah.
your kilt's fantastic as well. Are they all your own clothes that you wear in the video?
Yeah, of course.
That's really good. Now, I have to ask you this very bizarre question. You have a list of phrases and words that should never be used in pop songs. What's the worst line that you've ever heard in a pop song?
Well, I think there's plenty of those on the latest Roxette single.
Yeah,
You know,
I wish I could fly. I know another one.
R. Kelly.
Put a log on the fire.
Yeah.
I don't like that either.
That's Eagle Eye. That's our friend.
Sorry, Eagle Eye, but...
Right, now you mentioned R. Kelly.
Dissing my neighbour, man.
You mentioned R. Kelly. He threw you out of a recording studio in Chicago.
Yeah.
What was that all about? What were you doing?
Because there was one lunch where you can hang around when we mixed, and it was actually his, but we were poor, and the only thing we could, so the only thing we could do was to sneak in there and play this Space Invader game, and then he came in, and he's stinking rich, he can garden by himself of all the games in the world, but he didn't because he threw us out, and then he didn't even play it. Really? And we were there, you know, just going for high score.
Yeah.
And he said out, and like, oh yeah.
And he was like, out, and I was like, all right.
Now you also, I've read that you taught Tricky to swim. Is that true?
Yeah.
All of you? 5 of you in the pool at once?
Yeah, we actually, all the 5 of us, we were holding his stomach. We were on the shallow end, you know. And
it's great, and you hold him on the stomach. You can do it, Tricky. Come on, Tricky, you can. Yeah, don't be afraid. We're here for you.
Excellent. So did he teach you anything? Not while he was swimming, of course. Maybe he did.
He taught us this autumn. We played we did a tour together in America.
We played in Seattle with him. The last day he taught us something very useful.
He taught us how to sell T-shirts, because he started to sell our T-shirt and said like, okay, buy whale T-shirt. I'm not going to pay for you. So we learned how to have an aggressive.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Now, you guys, you're all quite eccentric. I hope you don't mind me saying that yourselves.
That's all right.
Okay,
that's all right.
Is that a compliment?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Phew. Who's the most eccentric member of the band? I mean, obviously the other 3 aren't here. But who would you say?
I want to be. Can I be that?
Yeah, you can be that. You can do that.
Self-elected most eccentric member of the band. I like that a lot. Now, you were in a Swedish soap opera recently. What were you doing there?
Same thing as usual.
Acting, singing, dancing, swimming lessons?
Having a drink, rocking.
Okay.
We played as a band.
Right.
Henrik, our other guitar player, he played a manager, this old school, you know, horrible manager that just...
He did all right, though.
Yeah, he did. He was playing. And we were
manager.
the big, successful band from Stockholm to this small country.
And grace this place with our presence, you know.
So where are the 3 other guys from the band?
They're back home.
Are they? Oh, they're back home in Sweden already?
Yeah.
Ah, right, okay. So you're here by yourselves then?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Do you keep in touch with them, or have they just like gone back recently, or?
Yeah, I just left.
They just left, okay. Now, you once said that your mission was to apologise to the world for Ace of Base, which is understandable, let's face it. But there's loads of cool Swedish bands now. There's people like the Wannadies, the Cardigans, Eagle Eye Cherry, yourselves. Yeah. What new Swedish bands should we be looking out for?
I think, for example, Backyard Babies, and Helicopters. What, do we have more? So many of them.
Yeah, there are loads of bands, aren't there?
Of them.
Did you know that it's the 3rd biggest export industry in Sweden is music?
Is it really? I didn't know that. That's amazing. I love the Cardigans. I have to say, I love the Wannadies as well.
Yeah,
that's all right.
Yeah, no, that's oh hey, cool.
You're a good girl.
Well, thank you. Well, thank you very much for coming on the show. Now, your single is out on March the 8th, so good luck with that. Thanks again.
True pleasure.
Thank you. Right, now, meanwhile, it's time to catch up with a couple that we introduced last week. Now, Jesse opened his heart to the girl of his dreams, and let's have a look at how he did it.
As soon as I saw you, I knew you the one for me. It's been 3 long years since that day, and I've been waiting all that time to tell you something very special. Go out with me and end my lovesick years, please.
Well, there you go. Welcome back to Bedrock. Katie,
Hi.
how are you?
Fine, thanks. How are you?
Good. I'm okay. I'm a bit out of breath, but I'm very well. So, first off, did you know who it was when you heard his voice?
Yeah, when I heard his voice, I did.
Did you? And
yeah.
how did you feel when you discovered it was Jesse?
Quite shocked, actually.
Really? So you had no idea that he fancied you?
Slightly, but I'm not really sure.
Pretty impressive to come on live telly, though, to
I know.
confess his undying love for you. So, where did you go on the date? Tell us some juicy bits. Where did you go?
Well, we went to a bar, kind of near Selfridges in town, and just got hammered, really.
Oh, really? Oh, thanks for that. Maybe we didn't need to know that. But tell us exactly what happened. How far did you go? Basically, that's what I'm getting to.
Well, I don't think you can know that.
See that again?
I don't think I'll tell you that.
Oh, really? So, did you kiss in public?
Well, we might have done.
Held hands?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Well, I think we'll have to find out from Jessie.
Okay.
But in a moment, you're going to have to decide whether or not you want to see Jessie again. Pretty difficult if you're at the same university. But anyway, let's remind ourselves of the big moment when he said the magic words.
Katie, I really fancy you. Will you come out with me on a date this evening?
Yeah.
All right, now, all right, Jesse, welcome back to Bedrock.
Hello.
Thanks for coming on.
No problem.
How excited now. Okay, how was your date?
It was fun. We definitely had a good time.
Now, I remember that you had fancied her for a long time. Did the date live up to your expectations?
It was nice, yeah. But I kind of knew her a little bit anyway. But yeah, it was. We had an interesting evening.
Okay, do you fancy her even more now, or is the spark gone? What?
No, she's still a lovely lady, as I'm sure you appreciate.
Yeah, she is a lovely lady. Okay, were you nervous on your date?
A little bit at first, but knowing her already, it was kind of like the ice was broken.
Yeah,
so
and you're a chill bloke anyway, aren't you?
Quite laid back.
Okay, okay. Now she was pretty cagey, as we just saw, but how far did it go, snogs-wise?
I think that should. I don't know. We did all right. We did all right for ourselves, but I don't think I should confess.
Right.
At this particular moment, maybe.
Okay, well, it's decision time for you, Jesse.
Yeah.
Now, it's time to go over to Malcolm and Rachel in the sofa room.
Yes, Jesse and Kay must take the walk of truth now. Their instructions are as follows. The doors to the boys' room and the girls' room will open simultaneously. If they want to get back, get some hoochie-coochie going on, then they walk back in. If they don't want to see each other, fine, they stay in their rooms and we sequester them for the rest of their lives. Right, I must stress though, there is no good friends option in this.
No good friends option at all. Now, we've kept them separated all evening so that they don't feel they have to be polite to each other, which is kind of good. And we're forcing them to make a very difficult decision, so let's hope they make the right one.
Yes, will Jesse and Katie make the right decision? Let's find out in 3, 2, 1.
Oh yeah, we like this. We like
Come
this.
and hug.
Come on in.
Come and hug. Come and hug. Well done.
Oh, this is very good.
Drat.
No. Stop it, Malcolm.
Well done, Jesse. Excellent. So you're obviously happy.
Yeah.
Not so cagey now.
No, not at all.
It was another big hug like we had at the beginning last week.
We've been out a few more times since that.
A few more times.
Two. So
this is information we didn't
thought
know.
we'd keep that from you.
Oh, well, now it's out in the open. Well, congratulations. We're so glad to bring people together.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, listen, why don't you go off to the girls' room and have another little chat? Oh, look at you. Remember, Katie, you know, if it doesn't work out...
Malcolm, makes me feel all gooey inside. Okay, in a few moments we're going to have the editor of Empire magazine, Ian Nathan.
Yes, and we'll take a look at this year's comic relief video starring Boyzone and a plethora of famous faces.
You're watching television?
We bring people together.
And this is Bedrock. Oh, I can feel mushy.
I can smell.
This was a birthday present as well from a very special lady in my life. There we go, a very nice T-shirt.
Oh, very nice.
All right, welcome back. It's still my birthday.
Yes, it's still his birthday, so I've heard. Okay, in a moment we'll be chatting to the editor of Britain's biggest-selling movie magazine. But first, it's time for one of this week's new releases.
Okay.
Don't say we don't spoil you. We have When the Going Gets Tough. It's a single by Boyzone. It's the 1999 comic relief song following the steps of the Spice Girls and Bananarama. And the new version is a new version of the 80s hit by Billy Ocean. Do you remember that? Way back when.
I remember it very much. The advert where Danny DeVito played the saxophone and they had to take it off because you're not supposed to show an actor playing a representation of a musician playing an instrument.
Ooh, look at him, all the stuff he knows. Anyway, it's from the film The Jewel of the Nile, which is the sequel to Romance on the Stone, and it's directed by Kevin Godley of Godley and Cream. So keep an eye out for the extra famous people that kind of flit in and out.
Did you ever used to listen to when you were singing it in the 80s, did you ever used to sing the alternative words, which is what it sounds like?
What?
Well, let's see if people at home can figure out what it sounds like.
Okay, have a look.
Gonna buy me a one-way ticket.
I met some of the people from that video at the Empire Film Awards.
I know. What was Will Mellor going on about in that video, though?
No idea.
Doing his comments. There he is.
Right. I met our Word from the Wise guest today at the Empire Magazine Awards the other day, and he's the editor of the Empire Magazine. Welcome to Bedrock, Ian Nathan.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm fine. I've recovered now.
Have you? It's really good to see you again. Did you enjoy the awards?
I did. I had the world's worst hangover, though.
Did you?
Yeah.
Well, I have to say, it was a brilliant award ceremony, and the party was great as well. Now, the stars were out in force, weren't they?
They were.
Who did you have chats with?
Well, when you're kind of like the editor, you have to kind of play host, so it's very difficult to stop and have a chat with anyone. But I had a great chat with Vinny. It was kind of my star of the day, because you meet film people all the time, my job, of course. But Vinny was great, because I'm a big football fan as well, and I actually spoke to him about football, which was really good. There are other guys like Joel Schumacher, the director, I know very well.
Oh, yeah, of course, because he presented an award, didn't he?
And he's such a nice guy, and he's a big friend of Empire's, and I had a good chat with him before he had to rush off. Spike Lee, sadly, I didn't get a chance to.
Oh yeah, of course he was.
Because he was whisked in and out before
just
blink of
kind
an
of like,
eyelid.
bye.
But, you know, you see them to float around and shake a few hands, make sure they're all right, they've got their taxis, you know. Father of the bride kind of thing to do.
Well, everyone seemed to like really enjoy it because it was, you know, really star-studded and everyone was kind of like really up for it. But the awards were voted by the readers of the magazine, which is really good. Were there any surprises? Were there any kind of like Brits, Belle and Sebastian surprises for you?
Nothing greatly. I think Peter Howitt winning Best British Director was a bit of a shock. I think Guy Ritchie thought he had in the bag, Guy Ritchie, the Lock, Stock director. I thought it was nice because he gave a great speech. It's a very kind of affecting, nice little speech about being an out-of-work actor and winning an award. But apart from that, I was surprised that Titanic is still remembered so well. Titanic won Best Film. And I was expecting Private Ryan to romp home with all the big ones. And I was quite pleased to see that they still remember Titanic and appreciate that. But there were no great surprises.
Were there any awards or results that you personally disagreed with?
Oh, lots, yes.
Come on then.
I think The Truman Show should have won Best Film easily.
Right.
I accept that Spielberg should have won Best Director, but I think Jim Carrey should have won Best Actor.
Controversial.
I know, but those readers, they don't necessarily agree with me.
They're only readers.
They're only the readers. They don't pay my wages after all.
What was your favourite film of '98 though?
Well, I have to say The Truman Show. It really was the one that was just great. And it was clever. I like, you know, it was a Hollywood mainstream movie that had an intellect in it. And you rarely see that. I think it was that closely run by Saving Private Ryan, which I thought was brilliant as well.
I've seen that.
Now, obviously, the big film event of '99 is some film called Phantom Menace.
Phantom thing that keeps
now
I'm
trying to keep my excitement here, but are you excited?
I'm going to burst soon.
And secondly, can you get me a ticket for the preview?
Well, it might have to be
worth
my
that
while.
shirt. You really
that only works with the ladies.
No, it doesn't. Now, do you think Ewan McGregor's going to make a good Obi-Wan, or is that ponytail going to spoil it all?
Well, I'm kind of firmly in his camp. I know everyone kind of thought his accent in the trailer's a little bit weird, but I thought this sounds fine. It sounds right.
Well,
sounds like Alec Guinness to me.
Yeah, he's in the Galactic Empire. How is he supposed to talk?
Exactly. I think it's going to be great. I mean, there's so many special effects in this thing.
Yeah.
Well, we could go on talking to you all day, but unfortunately, it's not our job. It's the job of the viewers.
Fine.
So, sorry?
I was just going to ask. I want to know what is the worst film that was ever made, ever?
It's a very good question. Without a precise answer, I'd have to pump for Free Jack. It's a science fiction movie with Mick Jagger in it.
And Emilio Estevez.
Yes. And it's so chronic, you can't quite believe what you're watching. And Mick Jagger kind of comes on with a kind of motorbike helmet on and a microphone. It's worth seeing for its awful.
Best not talk about it. End of story, isn't it, really? As I said, the phone lines are burning hot, the faxes are rolling in, the emails are in already. So let's go straight to caller number one. Hello.
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 Hi.
Bond technology, isn't it great for you?
Number one.
Right.
Hello.
There we are.
First date with the girl who I really like.
Oh, sorry. Can you repeat that question? We didn't hear you.
I'm going on a first date with a girl I really like.
Okay.
I just met last Saturday, and I was wondering what film you think I should take her to see.
All right. What's your name, please?
It's Matt from Guildford.
Hi, Matt. Thanks very much. What do you think? First date.
First date with a girl. At the moment, it has to be Shakespeare in Love, I think.
Oh, yes.
Not You Got Mail?
Yeah, it's a bit kind of Poncy and Tom Hanksy. Shakespeare in Love is much nicer, and it's clever as well, you know. Bit of English lit. So read up on Shakespeare before you go, and make sure you're sussed. And,
But it's not essential that you have to read up on
it. Oh no, it's very romantic.
Okay, there you go, Matt. Have a good date.
Okay, we're going to have a quick email here from John from Harrogate. I've just finished making a short film and I want to try and get it shown in a few shorts festivals. How should I go about doing this? I'm surprised you get asked this probably a lot.
We do get asked quite a lot. There's no easy answer to it. There are quite a few short film festivals around. The London Film Festival has a big short section. The best people to go to is probably the BFI, the British Film Institute. They're full of information about young filmmakers, how you get in and all that kind of stuff. So what I'd recommend is giving them a call and saying, right, tell me what the festivals are and where they're running, and then go on and sort of speak to them.
Is that a good way to get into filmmaking through shorts?
It can be. There's no easy answer to that. It's the million-dollar question, really. You know, it's a way in. And if you've got something to show people, then that's great.
Brilliant. OK, we're going to go to another call, and it's Anna from Bournemouth. Anna, what's your question to Ian?
Yeah, hi. I really want to be a film director. Do I have to do a film degree to do that?
Film degree?
Yeah.
Yeah, just need to get
it does help. There's no doubt about it that a lot of the guys that have come through, I mean, George Lucas and Francis Ford Coppola and all the great directors did go to film school. So I'd recommend it. And the next best path is to go from film directing courses into advertising.
Advertising?
Yeah.
Really?
Most of the great
Why?
modern film directors have come through adverts.
Tony Scott, Ridley Scott.
The Scott brothers and all those. And then pop promos and then...
Alan Parker.
Tony
K.
Tony K.
I know.
He knows this stuff.
There you go, Anna. Thanks for your call.
OK, thank you.
Thank you.
Right, we're going to have a quick... we're going to have a quick fax. Oh, another email. We've got Leanne from Barnet. I keep reading about actors and actresses being spotted by directors in the streets or in cafes. Where should I hang hang out to maximise my chances of being noticed.
That's actually milk.
Oh, that's me.
Where do you hang out? I would say probably the bars around Soho is always a good point.
The ground
like
show.
kicking out club time, they'll all be wandering the streets and trying to find their way home.
Yeah.
I've always found Selfridges is very good. If you want a kind of more respectable kind of star, hang around Selfridges a lot, but don't kind of loiter too much because you'll get arrested.
Yeah.
Okay then.
Brilliant, okay.
Well, that's all the time we got for Ian. You will come back when you've got time, haven't
Yeah,
you?
thanks
I will do.
very much.
After
No
the
problem.
Oscars, maybe.
After the Oscars.
Or near the preview of Phantom Menace. Anyway, one last thing. Could you turn to that camera there and leave us with your prediction for this year's Oscar, and we're going to go and join the others next door. Thanks ever so much for coming
Thanks
on.
a lot. Come again. Bye.
My prediction is this: Saving Private Ryan. And remember, you heard it here first.
I bet you're used to that, aren't you?
I certainly am. He's a great guy. I've read Empire since it very first came out.
Right, well, listen, it's to celebrate St. David's Day. We celebrate the very best, and let's forget the worst of the land of the red dragon. Neil, will you turn for me?
I'll turn.
Okay,
Sorry, Dean, this is
minus
the
one,
Klingon.
which is quite bad, is Catherine Zeta-Jones. Okay, she's got terrible taste in men, hasn't she?
Yes, then Malcolm.
And she's got an even worse choice in scripts. Catherine Zoroff. Okay? Zoroff. Okay. I thought of that myself, I did. Plus one, quite good, is Ivor the Engine. All I can say is you can take the engine out of the valley, but you can't take the valley out of the engine. And a little dragon in the train. Brilliant, wasn't it? Yeah. Right, moving swiftly on, middle of the bad road. Very bad. Alan Jones. Who, you might say? Yeah,
What's
there you
the
go.
problem with poor old Alan Jones?
No, what is the problem?
Years love him, isn't it, since he had his...
Right, he was a famous choir boy who played with the Snowman, doomed to obscurity when he hit that funny age at 13. Okay, plus good, very good. It's Anthony Hopkins. What more can I say? Top class Oscar-winning actor and the best cannibal I've ever met. I'd certainly drink Chianti with him. Minus three, worse than the worst. Severn Bridge, come on, can someone tell me about the Severn Bridge? It costs to get into Wales. They make you pay to get in.
Oh, listen, 576 people died making the Severn Bridge.
Oh well.
Joking.
The good thing is, it's free to get out of Wales, isn't it? Right. Plus three, the very best of the press. Oh yes, it is the Manic Street Preachers. Well, Nicky and I gave me the best interview ever, and we can certainly tolerate them.
Thank you for that, Robert and Manco. Now, that's all we've got time for. I'd like to thank Damon and, of course, Ian Nathan, our dates, Jessie and Katie, and, of course, Whale. Now, thanks also go to our Employee of the Day. That's Matt Gordon.
Join us tomorrow. We've got loads of people like Kelly LaRocque and Mark Curry. So why not? We're going to repeat at 12, so why not just stay in your seats? Thanks for joining us. This is ITV2. You've been watching Bedrock.
Happy St. David's Day.
Yeah. Bye. Bye-bye.